Good. Okay. So sit comfortably on the chair and take your sit bones and take them all the way towards the edge. So you want them to really sit close to the edge, not that they would fall, but just sit with them very close to the edge. And just relax the weight of your body down. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a few deep breaths. Relax your weight through the sit bones, down into the chair. Allowing your hip joints to be free, your knees to be free, your feet wider than your pelvis. Yeah. Just relax there for a few moments. Allow your spine to be supported by the sit bones. So sit bones on the chair, and spine is stacking up on top of that. The weight is going up, but the support is going, but the weight is going down, but the support is going up to the top of the head. So the head can be free, the neck can be free here. Shoulders and shoulder blades are leaning down. Shoulder blades are leaning down on the back of the ribs. Shoulders are open to the sides. Elbows are heavy. Relaxing the spine down towards the sit bones and receiving the support up towards the head. Take a few deep breaths here. Feeling your structure, relaxing into your structure. And then you can put your hands somewhere close to your knees and just start by rolling the pelvis a bit front and back. Front and back means that it's rolling like this, tuck under and over. When you're rolling in front, it's like your lower belly wants to come down towards the front of the chair, between your knees, between your legs, and when you're rolling backwards, the lower back rounds down. And allow that movement to climb up the spine so the rib cage can start to participate, falling backwards when you roll back and opening to the front when you roll front. And the chest to participate, the shoulders can move, the neck and head can move. You're sending waves up the spine. Yeah. Breathe, relax, smile. And start to activate your knees into the rolling. So the knees are pushing the feet into the floor, and that activates the rolling a bit more. allowing the spine to really wave here. If you need to readjust where your arms are so you feel more comfortable, it's fine. Allowing these waves to slowly build up. Simple, easy, relaxed. And then activate only the right leg. So the right foot is pushing into the floor, into the knee. The knee is pushing down, up towards the pelvis. The pelvis is rolling. So the right side of the pelvis is rolling a bit more now. And you're starting to receive these waves in a bit of a diagonal spiral movement. It's coming from the foot up to the knee. From the knee to the hip joint, from the hip joint to the pelvis, from the pelvis into the lower back, belly open, ribs relaxed and open, allowing your head to be free. Don't let your eyes get your head stuck to the screen. No reason to look at the screen so much. You can keep your eyes closed if it helps, or just allow your eyes to move around so the head can be free here, and you feel like you're sending these spirals of movement from the foot to the knee, to the hip joint, to the pelvis, to the lower spine, to the middle spine, through the ribs, to the chest, between the shoulder blades, to the neck, up towards the head. And every push you give from the knee from the foot to the knee can be in a little bit different direction. So you're pushing in, but you're also spiraling a little bit around. So you're making a little bit of a circle-y motion in the foot, into the knee, into the pelvis. That spirals the movement up the spine, up through the rib cage, into the chest, spirals and circles in the shoulder blades, into the neck, into the head, allowing that to grow even more. Placing your arms wherever it's comfortable, you can move around. Yeah. Smiling. Yeah. Keeping your sit bones close to the edge. Close to the edge so the pelvis can roll free. And this is all the movement that's coming through the right side of the pelvis, through the right foot, through the right knee. Playing with the knee being a bit more open. You can open the foot towards the right side to receive a bit more movement that comes from a wider angle of the foot, a wider angle of the knee into the pelvis, from open pelvis. Coming from the down right side into the upper left side. And allowing that movement as it spirals up the spine to spiral in a little bit different direction every time. So every time it comes up, you disorganize it a little bit. Yeah. From the foot to the knee, from the knee to the hip joint, to the pelvis, into the belly, spiraling the lower back, opening into the ribs. Take the ribs as active participants, allowing that circle to grow inside the rib cage, inside the spine, between the ribs and the back, the chest bone in front. The movement starts from the foot and arrives all the way up to the neck, between the shoulders, all the way up to the head. Yeah, smile. Yeah. And allow it for a moment just to get very disorganized, a little bit lost in it, changing rhythms. Taking the knee as the initiator of movement that pushes the movement in towards the pelvis, but also allow the knee to take the movement out by reaching above the foot. If the knee reaches above the foot, in the direction of the foot, it pulls the front of the pelvis and it opens the front here. Yeah, smile. Yeah, good. And activate both legs again. Just see here this center movement. Both knees are both pushing in towards the pelvis, making the pelvis roll back and up, and then reaching out to the front, opening the front of the pelvis, the belly, front of the chest, front of the neck, the head. Allowing the head to be free here. And then coming back to this activating from one leg. Now the left leg is activating. So the left leg is pushing the floor. The knee is receiving the movement, pushing it in towards the pelvis, making the pelvis roll on the left side. That means the right sit bone is receiving more weight here. It opens up the back right side of the lower back. Open up the belly by also allowing the knee to go away from you and open. So the knee is opening front and back. Front and back. Front and back. Smiling and allowing that movement to climb and spiral through your chest, through your rib cage, through the whole open spine, back of the neck. Yeah. Up to the head, circles in the knee. Yeah. Circles in the foot and circles in the knee, and the knee going away from you and in towards the pelvis. The pelvis receives those circles, sending into the lower back receiving that, sending it through the belly up towards the rib cage, and the rib cage are active participants here, each rib smiling to the other one. Opening the whole spine in between the ribs, in between the shoulder blades, up towards the neck. Neck is open, receiving these spirals of movement up towards the head. Head is relaxed. And start opening a bit the left foot towards the left, so receiving more of a side movement here, back and front, back and front. Yeah. Smiling. And then you can put both your hands on your knees and you start activating both knees, so sometimes from the right, sometimes from the left. And the hands on the knees, they can push when the knee goes out, and they can pull when the knee goes in. And they can pull as the knee goes out and push as the knee goes in. So you have those 4 options. And if you allow yourself, as you push the knee out to pull a little bit, it will open up the shoulder, like the shoulder is hanging, the whole hand is hanging on to the knee. Just try that on each side a few times. As the knee goes out away from you, the fingertips are holding the top of the knee here, and that pulls the arm. The arm is relaxed, just the fingertips are holding. And that pulls and opens up the shoulder blade, the front of the chest. Open it on both sides. So it's pulling, 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 and then try the other way around. So as the knee is pushing backwards, you're leaning on the top, and that creates a straight line. Your elbow is straight, so the movement goes into the shoulder, and the shoulder then falls backwards. Falls backwards. Falls. It's like you're leaning on your knee as the knee pushes in. So you're receiving this movement coming from the knee up into the pelvis, and from the arm, straight arm, up into the shoulder, receiving these two centers of the movement coming in. And play between the legs, so you do a few times on the right side, a few times on the left side, right and left, right and then left. Leaning and allowing the shoulders to fall. Once you let go, it falls and it reverberates through the body, creates this vibration. And then start combining these options. As you take the knee out, you pull, and then you lean into and you pull, and you lean into, and it goes faster than what I'm saying, because the body works faster than the mind. You start to disorganize that. Sometimes pushing as the knee goes out, sometimes pushing as the knee goes in, sometimes pulling as it goes out, sometimes pulling to allow it to come back in. Playing between those four options on each knee and disorganizing it a little bit more and smiling. And also playing with the placement of the knees so they can come a bit closer to you and open up. And a bit more open. And smile and open the pelvis here and allow the pelvis to sometimes go separately than the movement coming from the feet and knees and hands. And the shoulders and the shoulder blades also sometimes participate. Sometimes the elbows start to break and fall by themselves, and you're leaning into the knees. So it's like you're creating a massage inside your body, creating this inner body work. Inner body work. And take your hands and put them a bit closer to your hip joints on the top here. And as you keep moving the pelvis, keep disorganizing the feet and the knees. And you have leaning points here where you can sometimes get support by leaning in, sometimes leaning out, sometimes allowing it to helping the roll, sometimes resisting the roll, sometimes falling into it. Allowing your head, your neck to be free, your spine to be free here. Disorganizing the shoulders all the time, maybe sometimes even leaning on your elbows. And the elbows can also a bit dig into the muscles here. Opening it up, smiling, disorganizing it, taking it a little bit wilder just for a moment. Yeah, it's wilder, it's a bit more open. Yeah. Yeah. And then keep it moving, slow it down a little bit, so you keep having these organizations through the feet to the knees, from the knees to the pelvis, from the pelvis into the spine. And take your right arm and just let it hang in between your legs. Your left arm is hanging in between your hands, your legs. And the right arm, you take it all the way around towards the shoulder blade, and you just clip it there, and you just relax completely the arm. So the arm is relaxed. It's just the weight of it goes down. And you keep moving from the feet to the knees, from the knees to the pelvis, from the pelvis into the belly, from the belly up the spine. And just having this weight here changes the relationship of the left shoulder blade into the left side of the ribs and the back. And you can start moving with the fingertips a little bit across the acromion, which is the little bone here that connects the shoulder blade to the shoulder. Connects the shoulder blade to the clavicle bone. Just tracing it with your fingers as you keep moving, allowing that movement to open up. You can start leaning into the front of the shoulder, allowing the whole right side to be completely relaxed here. You can play with the fingertips on the front of the shoulder here a bit. And as you play here, it's like those fingers are pushing the shoulder, pushing the shoulder, finding at the side of the chest, the connection into the shoulder blade, the connection of the pec muscle here. Sometimes there's a lot of tension there. Maybe underneath the armpit, jumping it from the right arm. So it's not the left arm. The left arm is not doing anything. The muscle here on the top is not pulling. It's the right arm that is doing it. The right arm is jumping. And you want to find this kind of, the movement that goes from under. And then allow it every time to drop. And if you really allow it to drop by relaxing it, you'll feel every time that it gives this vibration inside, and it makes a wiggle. And that wiggle is your clue to know if you're relaxed and how much you are relaxed in it. And the movement from the feet to the knees to the pelvis is still active here. So the rest of the body is still moving. Yeah. So it's really, this keeps moving all the time, and this is just like an added, sometimes riding on top of that movement. And take your arm around the whole shoulder muscle and grab it and see if you can start activating here, these jumps from the side. If your right arm is getting tired, you can also lean it on your right hip. Lean it on your right hip. You can create this ridge here and put that underneath and have that as a support system. That's your leaning point. That's your leverage. Leverage to move the whole upper arm. And you can go around the whole upper arm from inside, from outside. The left arm completely relaxed. if you lean your weight towards the right and you really lean your elbow here into the thigh, right thigh, then you have a possibility to completely relax the hand here and let it fall down and come back up and fall down, come back up, and allow the head and neck to be free and keep moving the movement from the feet. So it keeps the system in a lot of movement here. And then you can grab all the way down underneath the elbow. And what you can do here is lean the bottom of the elbow on top of the right hand, and you're just jumping it. Jumping it by going down, doing like this, going down, and that creates this jump. Jump and let go. Jump and let go. Letting go, it's not doing the movement that goes down. It means allowing the weight to fall. Allowing the weight to fall. Yeah. Allowing the weight to fall and allowing it to be a little bit like a whip. Then you can sit back up and take the forearm and start following the forearm, pulling it down, coming back up. If you lean the elbow straight and you turn the left arm around, you can grab it and then just use it like a leverage here. I'm leaning downwards like this, and I'm grabbing here, and the elbow is straight, so it goes, and that goes into my neck, into my head. Movement goes into my spine. There's still the movement coming in from the feet here. Knees are still active. Smile is always active. And sit back up and grab each one of the fingers and keep moving the movement from the feet. And each one of the fingers, the left hand is completely relaxed. And it's just the right arm that is grabbing it and moving it, joint by joint on the thumb, all the way to the front, and send it. And allow the hand to really fall. So when you let go, it falls down. And it falls down, it's gonna hit your hips. Nothing's gonna happen. Yeah? So joint by joint on the index finger, let it out, and it falls. And the middle finger, joint by joint, disorganizing all the time, keeping the movement from the legs, just as another added movement situation here, just to confuse your body, confuse your mind, so your body can learn. And let it fall. The ring finger, disorganizing it in many directions, falling down, pulling, leaning in, and pull it and let it drop. And the pinky finger, opening it up to the front, to the back, joint by joint, all the way. With the movement from the feet, keep coming in. From the feet to the knees, to the pelvis, keep coming in, and then drop it completely. And then take the left arm and grab it with the right arm from around, and relax it down, and do these kind of, like you're making a whip. The right arm is doing all the work. The left arm is completely relaxed, and the right arm is just doing like this. Not in a violent way, but in a soft way. You're driving it up and you're letting it go. Driving it up, letting it go. And as you do that, activate your feet again, so that whip comes into the movement of your body every time from a different point, from a different direction, from a different location of how the body is organized. And you want to let that reverberate through this chest. So you don't want to sit here and just be strong. Yeah. And smile and open it up and let it go. And just move from the feet to the knees, from the knees to the chest, from the chest through the spine to the head, up, and just feel the difference between the shoulders when you move here for a moment. Before we go to the other side, allow your right arm now to fall straight in between your legs, and the left arm, just slap it and let it go. So the weight here is completely downwards, movement still going from the feet to the knees. Sometimes one knee, sometimes the other knee, sometimes the both of them together, sometimes out, in. Everything we did before is still active here. Yeah. And leaning the fingertips here in different places, the different locations of the shoulder. Shoulder blade. It's like you're tracking the shoulder blade, tracking the acromion on the top of the shoulder blade here, towards the shoulder, towards the clavicle bone. With your fingers, maybe you have some tension there. A lot of people have this tension here. It's not about massaging, it's just about finding leaning points. Finding leaning points, and maybe that leaning point will massage you a little bit, and finding the movement from the fingertips into the connection point here in between the pec muscle and the shoulder. Finding a place, there's a place here where you can really lean in, and you can feel that you can lean into the bone, or close to the bone at least. And if it's painful, don't go into the pain rigidly strong, just relax. Find another location, find a leaning point that is comfortable, and then start activating a little bit from the left hand. So it's like the left hand is pushing the front here, front of the shoulder, maybe the bottom of the shoulder, going slowly a bit more into the armpit. Remember, the muscle on the top is not doing anything. This is all coming from the left. And if the left hand gets tired, you can always have the elbow lean. And if the elbow leans, that lets you really lean here. And you can make this ridge and put the arm underneath, either here, like this, or like that. And like this. And activate that with the movement from the feet to allow that, like you're taking out the shoulder out of you're pulling the shoulder out towards the left knee. Pulling the right shoulder towards the left knee and back up. Starting to track the whole upper arm here, jumping the shoulder and the shoulder blade. Leaning your elbow, you're doing this kind of movement, that kind of movement, this kind of movement, yeah. The leaning, creating this leverage here. Once you have a good leverage, you don't need to use a lot of effort to create movement. And then taking that and sometimes also pushing the hand down, so it allows the shoulder to start going out, in and out. Really making sure that the right arm is not doing anything, and constantly check yourself that the right arm is not doing anything. Activating the pelvis, the knees, the feet, all the time, reactivating them. Leaning into the elbow from inside, from outside. And then you can have this situation where the elbow is leaning on the top of the hand here. And then just jumping from the elbow. Jumping, letting go, jumping, letting go. Allow your head here to relax. I'm still looking at the camera sometimes. And I feel the tension in the back of my head. So allow the head to relax. Allow yourself to go with what feels good here. And find how it works for you. It's not specifically everyone has to work the same. It's just how it works for you, what it does to your body, how it frees up your body. Smile also, don't forget to smile, yeah. Breathe, take it easy and light. And then taking slowly over the forearm here, pulling it down and back out. If you twist the forearm in and you grab, then you have this leaning point. So you're twisting it inwards and you grab and you keep the elbow straight, not because you're sticking it, but just because it's straight. And then you have these, even if the elbow jumps to the side, that's also okay. Leaning, letting go, leaning, letting go, leaning, letting go. Activating the supporters from the feet. Feet can support these movements all the way down towards the wrist. Opening up. And then activating the feet, the knees, the pelvis, the chest, the belly, the spine, and going finger by finger, joint by joint, activating, taking each one, disorganizing it, and then pulling it and letting it fall. The index finger, really like you're displacing each one of the joints with a smile, disorganizing, a bit wiggly, vibrating it, and letting it fall. The other one, the middle finger, joint by joint by joint, and down. And then the ring finger. Keep activating here the pelvis, the knees, the spine, the neck is free. One last finger here, the pinky finger, disorganizing it. And really allow it to then fall down. Yeah. Then activate again here. From the feet to the knees, from the knees in towards the pelvis. From the pelvis to the spine, from the spine to the ribs, into the chest. Feel the freedom here that's was created here in the top, the back of the neck, the head. And then put your both fingers here on top of the clavicle bones, and you can really lean your fingertips to your clavicle bones. And as you keep leaning, you're grabbing clavicle bones from both sides, and just creating this leaning points from above, from underneath, slowly going with the fingers into the middle of the chest bone. And on the middle of the chest bone, you will have one bone here that is like a bit more sticking out, and that is a really good leaning point. You can lean in, relax everything, like it's falling down, leaning up, leaning that, while you keep the movement supporting from the feet, So you're leaning in and going up, leaning down, falling down, falling down. And then you can start leaning down on the left side and up on the right side, creating this movement. And if you're not sure which part of the bone, just wherever you find a leaning point. This is the bone, and I'm leaning here from the bottom and here from the top. Leaning into it, not with a lot of tension, but really as a relax. And then reverse that. Leaning on the top on the right and on the bottom on the left. Falling down on the right side and up on the left side. And then keep with the fingers on the chest bone, following the middle reach between the two sides of the rib cage, the chest bone, rolling the front of the chest from side to side. And you're leaning in and back, in and back, in and back, in and back. And you're supporting the movement from the feet. Supporting the movement from the feet. You can change to the back of the knuckles or underneath a little bit. And finding here, let's go into the whole right side of the chest. The underneath here, you can have each finger supporting one of the ribs and going in around this way and in around that kind of a spiral and in towards the chest and out, and disorganizing it a bit, leaning from the arms. And going over towards the left side, the fingers here. If your arms are getting tired, just do a bit less. Just do a bit less. And also relax your neck, relax your head, relax your spine. Allow the movement to come more from the supporters, from the feet and the knees and the pelvis. So these are becoming just basically weights that you can lean. So you can lean in here, you can lean out there, you can lean in, spiral up, lean in a spiral backwards. You have back and front, side to side, up and down, around this way, around that way. And have both hands here on the sides, leaning here, spiraling open, relaxing the neck, relaxing the head, relaxing the shoulders, going a bit down towards the pelvis, leaning back with your thumbs on the lower back and the fingers here in the top of the front of the pelvis, each one on each side, the hip joints. Keeping to disorganize the feet and the knees. The knees want to keep disorganizing, yeah. Smiling, yeah. And take both hands here on the right side and with the thumbs on the top. And as you keep doing the movement that we did in the beginning, coming up from the foot to the knee in and from the knee out. And as you do that, you support the movement with the arms. In and out, and in and in. In and in, and out and out. And then out when in, and in when out. All these directions. Smiling. And in between the two hands, you can start rolling the quad around here, the whole hip. Rolling it, rolling it, rolling it. Yeah. Keep the left in here close to the hip joint, and the right starts to go around the side, digging with the fingers a little bit into this whole side angle here, which is where there's a lot of tension, where the sciatic nerve is going, and there's a lot of tension here, and you can dig into it. And if it's really painful, then that means you need it, and it's good. If it's too painful, don't push yourself. You don't need to be hard on yourself here. Yeah, be nice to yourself, but you can really push here a little bit and lean into it as you keep the movement going, and that usually releases a lot of tension from the lower back to the knee. Yeah. Yeah. Smile. Keep the movement going. And take the both arms towards the right knee. And now you have both arms, the elbows on the top, the fingertips on the bottom of the knee. Huh? The thumbs, they're not elbows, they're thumbs. The thumbs on the top and the fingertips on the bottom of the knee, right here. And you're digging in here, directing the knee outwards. Directing the knee outwards in that direction. And a bit inwards also. In. So leaning in. And again, here you don't want to tense your shoulders and do it from like this. No, you want to do it from under. You're releasing the shoulders, releasing the elbows. You can also lean your left elbow on the left hip here. Yeah. And here, just open up the knee. You can take the left under and the right over. Leaning in and out, in and out and in. Leaning, letting go, leaning here, allowing the shoulder to go up. And here from under, leaning under, smiling here also. Even if it gets a bit painful at times. Yeah. Washing the whole hip here, like massaging it as you move and as you keep this organizing, massaging it and taking both fingertips underneath to the hamstring and washing it out. Washing it out, and when you wash it out, really feel like you're taking something that's been stuck here and you're taking it out towards the knee. We'll clean it out of the knee later. Just now you're cleaning it out from under and from the top and from the under. Yeah? Leaning, relaxing into it. It's really, you need to relax into the movement. You're letting go, letting your weight do the work. Letting your weight do the work, smiling, especially if it becomes a bit difficult. You smile even more here. Leaning into the knee and starting to follow from the knee, the shin bone, down towards the heel here. Leaning it, taking it from all sides, from outside, from inside, from the back side, from the front side, like you're taking everything, and you can trace the whole thing. Trace it from the hip to the knee, from the knee out the foot, from the hip to the knee, from the hip out the foot, and really wash it out and throw it, and throw it even with a little sound here, makes a difference. Try it, make with a sound, and a smile. Remember to take also from underneath the heels, and one more time, everything here, out. Good. And go ahead to the other side, right away to the other side. Relaxing here, leaning. We're starting with the two thumbs, not elbows, thumbs. To the top. The sit bones are still close to the edge because that gives you possibility for the pelvis to roll. Pelvis is rolling, spine is getting the movement all the way up towards the head and neck. Keep your shoulders relaxed and start here to lean into the top of the hip joint. And you can lean in many ways. There's not one correct way. There's just the way that feels comfortable, that is good for you in this moment. Yeah. And you can leave the right arm close to the hip, and with the left arm, start to follow the ridge here. And you'll find it. There is a very clear ridge where you can press. For most people, there is pain there. For people that have lower back pain, this is a very good spot to massage, to open. And as you open that, the knee and foot are still doing the movement that we did before. So we're not doing a passive massage here, we're doing an active movement. And if you really press into that sciatic nerve on the side, it's like this ligament here that connects the knee to the lower back. communicating with the sciatic. Not exactly, the sciatic is going a bit more back, but it's communicating into the sciatic nerve. You'll feel accumulation in the knee sometimes, and that's okay. Don't worry about that. We'll clean it out once we get to the knee. Smile, and then take the both hands and follow the whole front side, upper side of the thigh, and you can wash it. And as you wash it, look, I'm not massaging and keeping the body stationary. I'm falling into it in a bit like I'm washing it out, almost like there is water, and I'm trying to get rid of all the drops of water. And all those drops of water are actually just little bodies of movement that got stuck from one reason or another inside the body. Keeping the movement alive from the feet to the knees on both sides, into the pelvis, into the spine, into the shoulders, into the head, down towards the hands. And you can come here towards the knee, both thumbs on the top, fingertips under, and you want to fall under, not work like this, but underneath, falling into it. Falling into it means that it's not going to be a precise movement. You're not looking for precision. We're looking for getting rid, actually, of these precisions that make us stuck, that make us feel like we need to do something in a specific way, or there is a correct way. There's no correct way. There's just the way that feels good to you now and how you deal with it. And washing it from the side of the knee and from underneath the knee, and pulling in and back out, in and back out. And then with the fingers digging into the hamstring and pushing, you can really grab the hamstring from the sit bones all the way to the back of the knee. From the sit bones to the back of the knee. And I'm leaning my elbow here. I'm leaning my shoulder blades down. Keep checking that your shoulder blades are down, that they're relaxed, that your head is relaxed, that your neck is relaxed. You're not accumulating any tension here, but you're actually just completely taking out all the tension. And then go on the whole leg for a moment, from all sides, from the front, from the back, from under, both hands, falling, washing, and try to make this drop into it, fall into it a bit more, relax your neck so you don't have to look at the screen so much. Smile, and follow that like you're taking everything from the pelvis towards the knee, and from the knee you're starting to push it down to the shin bone and the side of the cuff muscle and the back of the cuff muscle, and even between the two parts of the muscle, all the way down, down, down towards the foot here. And the movement is still happening. You're still moving, all the way down to the foot, and out, all the way down to the foot, and out, all the way. And you can have both hands here, around, 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 around. And the way that you're doing around, you keep trying to confuse the movements so they can't get stuck. And remember to pick up also heel, and send it out. Send it out. Smile. Good. And one last time here. Activate from the knees towards the pelvis. From the pelvis towards the knees. Pelvis rolling, lower back open, belly open. The arms can now lean here, and we let go completely the weight of the shoulders and the shoulder blades and allowing the elbows to fall and leaning inwardly and falling more onto one side and the other side, activating the movement from the heels, from the feet to the knees, from the knees to the pelvis, from the pelvis out towards the heels, from the knees back up, from the shoulders, the spine is relaxed and the head is open and smile, and this organizes it a little bit more and completely open it up, and sometimes get the legs to be straight, one of them straight, the other straight. Disorganize everything for a moment here with a big smile. And the closer you sit to the back of the edge of this chair, the more possibilities you have. And even put your hands on the back of the chair and lean into it. And relax and open. Opening the belly. Open here the chest. Open. Fall down. Lean back. Lean front. Let go the arms. And take it from here and from there. And sending spirals from the right side and spirals from the left. And activating everything. And a smile. Opening up. Spirals from the right knee and spirals from the left. And opening the left and making the knee. And straightening the knee and opening the pelvis into the spine. Into the rib cage. Into the chest. The spine between the ribs. The spine between the shoulder blades. The back of the neck, the front of the neck, jaw relaxed. And take the right arm as you keep going here, putting on the back of your neck, and then wash it, and throw it out. And wash it. With a smile and activating the legs again. Relax the right, take the left. On the back side of the neck, the left side of the neck, left side of the neck, back side of the head, and one more time here while activating from the feet, take the right arm again on top of the shoulder, and then activate around, and throw it out. Around and throw it out and let your arm fall. Let your arm, when you throw it, it falls down. One more time here. And the left arm on top of the right. And wash it. Wash it. And let it fall. Wash everything like you're taking everything out. Let the arm fall. You're washing it and then you're pulling it out, letting it fall. One last time here. If you have anything still stuck, this is the moment to lead it out, completely lead it out. And take the chest here, opening the chest, opening chest bone, going on the ribs a little bit, washing the ribs. Washing out into the belly, side of the ribs. Allow yourself to lean to one side, and then lean to the other side, and opening the lower back into the legs, leg, one leg after another, taking one leg completely out, and everything out of the leg out. One last time, put the leg out. And again, the other side. And do it with a smile. And don't be afraid to make a very loud sound in a smile. And let go. Sit on your chair. Relax your arms. Relax into your sit bones, close your eyes, smile, breathe. Feel the vibration that's still alive in the body. Feel what's active, what's still vibrating inside, what opened up. How is it different than before? Allow your body to integrate all the information. Nervous system is overwhelmed, and that's a good thing. Now it will take it and store it in the right places. Trust it, allow the process to happen, smile. Breathe deeply a few times. And let's go. Once more. Just sit there on your sit bones. Allow the weight to go down as the support goes up. Feel the subtleties that are coming up. Allow it to keep changing. The weight of the spine, the ribs, shoulders and head down towards the sit bones, into the chair, out through the knees, into the heels, and the support that comes up from that. Small movements that are happening inside, small revelations, big revelations. And smile. Good.